This morning in Your Health, October is typically the start of flu season, and officials are worried that this year could be especially severe with fewer people wearing masks than last year.
Some experts are even warning about a so-called twin-demic between the flu and COVID. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar is here with more this morning. Dr. Azar, always a pleasure to see you. I've got Pfizer in this arm and the flu shot in this arm, so I'm set for the season. But a new survey shows that about 44% of adults do not plan to get a flu shot this season. What do we expect the flu season to look like, and how concerned are you as you look ahead about the possibility of this twin-demic with COVID?
Well, good morning, guys. Yeah, we certainly did predict a twin-demic last year, and we didn't get it. And the reason is that the same things that we did to prevent COVID prevented the flu. But the world is a very different place now this year. Kids are back in school. People are traveling. Not everybody is working from home again. So we are concerned that the flu season will be tough this year. And also because there's no carryover immunity because there was so little flu last year. Of course, we are recommending the flu shot. It is not inevitable that we have the twin-demic. The CDC recommends that most folks get the flu shot by the end of October. Remember, it takes 2 weeks to develop your antibodies after the inoculation. And if I might, I want to also remind folks that getting your flu shot is kind of like being a good neighbor. Number one, you're decreasing the amount of flu in the community. And we also have to be really mindful that we don't want to overwhelm the hospitals this winter, who still and will very much likely be still contending with COVID-19.
Yeah, that is for sure. I think one of the conversations inside a lot of homes is, can you get the flu shot and the COVID shot at the same time? And what about booster shots? Because a lot of people are thinking about that right now, Dr. Azar.
Right, so you can. So the revised guidance from CDC as of a number of weeks ago is that you can get any shot with the COVID-19 shot. You know, the reason that we didn't do that last year is that we just needed a clean rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine really to monitor for any significant side effects or adverse effects following COVID-19 vaccination. You can get the shots at the same time. They can be given on the same arm, about an inch apart, or you can do one on each arm.
Dr. Azar, this is a question a lot of folks are asking. How do you know these days if you're dealing with the cold, the flu, or COVID? Is there a way to differentiate that? And at what point is it just sniffles that you say I should be getting a COVID test?
Well, so unfortunately, Peter, my answer is that the symptoms of all of those things that you mentioned very well could be indistinguishable. You know, last year when COVID first happened, we talked a lot about fever, shortness of breath, cough, that kind of thing, because of course COVID-19 does in fact cause pneumonia. But remember, because such a significant proportion of the population has been vaccinated, a lot of the breakthrough infections we're seeing are very, very mild and really, as I said, indistinguishable from even a cold or the flu. One point that I think is very important to make is that we do associate the loss of taste and smell with COVID, but it's not unique to COVID. And you can have COVID and still have those senses intact. So that's not something that you should use personally as the litmus test. If you're feeling symptoms, as we mentioned, upper respiratory tract symptoms, achiness, low-grade fever, get tested.
Well, and I guess the follow-up to that are those at-home tests, which have been so difficult to get. The Biden administration infusing some money to try to get some more across the country. But how accurate are those tests? And what should you do if you can't get one right now?
Right, Kristen, to your point, my sister she purchased a rapid at-home test the other day. It was $49 for 2 tests. Imagine a family of 4 being asked to spend $200 on testing when we want people to test frequently. That's just going to be cost prohibitive. What I would like to say about the rapid testing is that they are actually quite accurate. The test doesn't care whether or not you're symptomatic. It only cares how much virus you have. And we know that the rapid tests actually are very good at detecting virus once somebody becomes contagious. The best way to use the rapid tests is to do them serially, which is why they often come in packets of 2. That is, you do 2 tests separated by at least 24 to 36 hours over a 3-day period. The other thing I want to mention is that if you are symptomatic and you test negative on the rapid, we do recommend a follow-up with a PCR because it is just that much more sensitive, and you want to make sure that you are truly either positive or negative, Kristen.
Dr. Azar, we always appreciate your expertise. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.